Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make sublimation tumblers. I know there's a lot of different ways to make them. You can make them in a convection oven, a mug press, a tumbler press. I have done so much research trying to figure out which one I wanted to utilize within my business and just giving as gifts, things like that. And I knew that I needed something that was gonna save me time, be efficient, and not give me a headache. So I'm so glad that I have the Heat Press Nation tumbler press, because I'm able to make tumblers and mugs in less than like 5 minutes between printing them out, putting them on your tumbler, taping them, putting them inside of your press, and taking them out and peeling. And that's it. So it's so fun, so easy, and you can get results like this. Super vibrant, and it has such a nice crisp edges. Is that the right word? Crisp edges. It has seamless? I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but I love it. So I did 4 different tumblers in the video. So the flower one that I just showed you guys, along with this really cool retro flower tumbler. Galaxy, which is so pretty. And then we did a Valentine's Day tumbler. So the options are endless. They're so much fun to make. So let's go ahead and get on into this video, and I'll show you how I make tumblers using my tumbler press. So everyone meet Leo. This is our new baby. We just got him a couple days ago. He just woke up from his nap, and he will also be joining us a little bit in this video, right? You see everybody? He is just the sweetest, cutest little guy, and we love him so much. So just wanted to introduce you guys to him. Are you sleepy? But yes, he's been keeping us busy this last few days, but let's go ahead and get on into this video. All right, so I'm here in Silhouette Studio. I wanted to mention, if you are making a 20-ounce tumbler, a good size for that is 8.200 by 9.302, and that is just a good size for 20-ounce tumblers. And these are digital papers. You can get them pretty much anywhere. I got a lot of these on Etsy. I'm centering it on my sheet, and I have it set at 8.5 by 11, and then I printed using the settings that I always use for sublimation. I will link that video in the cards if you guys are interested in my computer settings. So since this is printing on an 8.5 by 11 sheet, I actually cut my 11 by 17s in half, and it makes a lot of 8.5 by 11. So just in case you didn't know, I wanted to mention that. And guys, I love my guillotine paper cutter. I use it all the time. So as you can see, when it's printed out, you're gonna have white on the edges. So you're just gonna wanna make sure you trim the 2 sides. The 2 tops don't really matter, just because it's gonna be on the top and the bottom of the tumbler anyway. So just make sure you trim as close as possible to the end of that, and you'll be good to go. All right, so let's go over everything that you're gonna need to complete this project. So in today's video, I'm gonna be using a tumbler press. I have this from Heat Press Nation, and I'm absolutely obsessed with this tumbler press. If you guys are ever gonna do mugs, tumblers, anything related to sublimation, I highly recommend getting these, just because I've done a lot of research on convection oven versus the tumbler press, and I definitely decided I really wanted a tumbler press because you were gonna get an even, easy, quick way to do tumblers and mugs in a variety of different sizes. So it has the tumbler attachment in it now. It can do various different size tumblers. You just change it out with these screws right here, and then you adjust your tension here and here. So with tumblers, you're gonna want a firm pressure. So not so firm that you feel like you're breaking your cup, but not too light at all. You definitely want an even pressure around your tumbler, so that sublimation just gets good onto your tumbler. So that is what we're gonna be using in this video. So we have the tumbler press. You're gonna need something to protect your hands, because the tumbler is gonna be extremely hot. So I got these on Amazon, and they work pretty good. So we got that, and next you're gonna need some butcher paper. This is unwaxed butcher paper from Sam's Club. I love this stuff. You get a huge roll of it, and it's really reasonably priced, and you can get it online. Next, you're gonna need some scissors and your sublimation prints. I showed you guys obviously in the clips previous how to get these the right size and everything like that and trim them down. So these are ready to go. Next, you're gonna need some heat tape. I also got that on Amazon and the little heat tape dispenser as well. And then you're gonna need some kind of tumbler. So for this video, we're gonna be using 20-ounce tumblers. They look like this and they come with a metal straw. They're really good and high quality. I got them at Johnson Plastics Plus, and that's what I've been using as my supplier for my tumblers and my mugs. So I will link them down below because I have a 15% off coupon code, anything at Johnson Plastics Plus, and you can use it every single time you check out just using my code. So definitely check that out if you guys want some good tumblers, and you can also get tumblers other places too, but that's just where I get them and I really like them. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys now how I put the paper and wrap it around the tumbler. From the way that I've been doing it, I have not noticed any problems with seams or bleeding or anything like that. I've actually yet to mess the tumbler up, which is why I'm making this video. I wanted to practice a little bit and make sure, and I feel like I've gotten a good idea of how to avoid seams, and a lot of people wonder about that, like how do you avoid them? Best thing is use the correct size paper and try and choose designs that are not so harsh. So like with this one, it's a seamless design. So once it's wrapped around, as long as it's the correct size, it is gonna look very seamless and you won't even notice the seam. Now some, you can't avoid it all the time, but you can at least do things to prevent it. So first things first, clean off your tumbler. So something to get lint and debris off. I'm just gonna use like a t-shirt or something like that and just get it good and wiped. Okay, now that my tumbler is nice and wiped down, we're ready to put the paper on. So the first things first, you're going to want to put your paper and lay it down on your table. And then you're gonna put your tumbler and put it down onto your paper. So what I do next is I kind of just eyeball it. Like you have a little bit of an allowance at the top and a little bit of an allowance on the bottom. That's for the full bleed. So what we're gonna do now is just kind of eyeball it and get as straight as you can while looking at it. And then I'm just gonna take it and just wrap it and just see how straight we have it and what we need to work with. And a way you kind of look at it is you look at this, is it straight or is one side a little bit longer? If one side's a little bit longer, you wanna adjust because your seam will show. If one side's longer than the other, it's not gonna look seamless. So that to me looks pretty straight. Okay, next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna pull very tight. And then you're gonna try and push your seam here together as best you can. Okay, what I've been doing right here, just to help me out here, is I'll put a little piece of tape just right in the middle because I have it pushed together. And the next thing I'm gonna do, since I have that, I'm gonna do like another one on the bottom and another one on the top. And this just makes it to where I can put my tape down my seam. If you're sitting here trying to like hold it while putting the tape over the top, it's gonna be a little bit complicated. So I've just found that that makes it a little bit easier for me. And then now I'm gonna take my tape gun, and I usually like to set it right in front of me and then push using my tumbler. And I'm gonna put a piece of tape down my seam. And while you're sticking it down, just make sure to be pushing it closed as well so that your seam is good and tight. Okay, I got my seam tape down. So the next thing you're gonna do now is I take this piece of tape that I kind of hung over the top and push it down. So next thing I do is I'm gonna take my tape and I'm going to wrap it around the top. So the first wrap I do is right across the top, not overlapping, but just right across the top to just kind of give me a tighter band around the top. And I just kind of take it and roll with it, taking my hand and just tightening it out as I go. Okay, and now I'm gonna take another strand of tape and I'm gonna go overlapping so that way I can push this in. Okay, as you can see, my tape's overlapping my paper. So now I'm just gonna push the tape down like so, making it to where it is gonna give me that nice, seamless edge. Okay, now I'm gonna do the same thing with the bottom, and I know it seems like you're using so much tape, but it's kind of necessary when you're doing these. If you want like really crisp looking designs, you just need to tape a lot. So just make sure to have a lot of tape on hand. Okay, once it's taped, you are going to grab your butcher paper and you're gonna cut off just enough to go around your cup, and then we're just gonna take a little piece of tape and tape it down. So I'll show you that now. One thing that I try to do, and I wanted to mention to you, when you're putting your butcher paper on, try and line it up with the seam that you already had, because I like to utilize that when I'm kind of flipping it on my tumbler press, so I remember where the seam was. I don't know, I just like to be able to know where it is. So I like to try and put my seam on the exact same spot. So all you really need is one piece of tape there, and then I'm going to put another piece of tape just kind of to hold this down just a little bit, but you really don't need to, but just make sure that you have it pushed down. All right, so this one is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the rest, and then we will get to the press. Okay, so next thing you're gonna do is turn your heat press on. So it obviously, as you can see, is heating up extremely fast, so just make sure you have your tumblers ready right before you're gonna press them. So I set mine to 365 for 75 seconds, and then you're gonna turn them completely around and you're gonna do them for another 75 seconds. That is what I found works for me. That is what Heat Press Nation recommended, and it's given me good results so far. But just know, depending on your heat press and your time and temp and everything can vary. So just play around with it. Obviously, if you're getting burns or any marks that don't look right or something's off, then something needs to be adjusted. So just kind of see what works for you. Okay, and then when it starts beeping, that means it is ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in with my seam down at the bottom and just slide it in. Okay, now that time is almost up, I have my other tumbler ready, and I'm gonna take that tumbler off, and while that's sitting there, I'm gonna put the other one in, and then we're gonna unwrap the first one. All right, so here are how the tumblers turned out. They turned out so cute and so vibrant. And if you wanted to, you could totally add a name and customize them, sell them, give them as gifts. They're just so fun to make. And what I like about doing these is you can find virtually any design that you possibly want, because there are so many digital papers out there, and even tumbler wrap PNGs, you can find so many different things. So it was so much fun to make. And as you can see, if you look closely, it's kind of hard to see the seam, which is the goal. I haven't found to where I can completely eliminate it yet, but this is only my third time making tumblers. Where is the seam? Let's see. Right here. So as you can see, you can still see that white seam here. So I'm still working on perfecting that, but I'm sure over time and as I practice more, I'll get it down. But that is the goal, to try and get it seamless completely. But yeah, that was so much fun making those. All right, everyone, so that pretty much wraps it up for today's video. I had so much fun making those tumblers, and I can't wait to practice more and do more, so maybe I can completely perfect the seam. But like I said, I feel like it's pretty good when you have to search for it, right? It doesn't need to be like a crazy line, although there are some designs that it's almost impossible to not get the seam, just depending on the colors that you choose. The lighter the colors, the easier it is to hide. So if there's more white in your tumbler, it's easier to hide. So yeah, that was fun making those. I hope that you guys learned something, and maybe it helped you decide between a convection oven versus a tumbler press. That's why I wanted a tumbler press, because I wanted something quick and efficient and easy to do. And to me, that was pretty easy to do. I made each of those, and I'd say less than 5 minutes a piece, from printing it out, sticking it on, putting it inside of the tumbler press, taking them off, peeling. So yeah, so it was pretty easy, pretty fast, pretty fun. Let me know if you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd be so happy to have you here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.